In the Taoist religion, the highest virtue resembles water. So, what are the virtues of water, and how do we emulate water to manifest more of them in our lives? Lao Tze wrote a detailed explanation in the Tao Te Ching, 7 specific and distinct ways that water teaches us the character of the Tao, or the character of God. First, dwelling in the right location. So, water naturally flows to the lowest point. This teaches us about humility. An arrogant person is always seeking to lift himself to the highest, most visible spot. But water teaches the natural kind of humility that never needs to be faked or forced. She rules over the climate, the weather, over every living being. She's the queen of this earth, and yet she doesn't seek recognition or subjugate anything under her rule. She thrives when honored, but doesn't demand honor as a human ruler would. She has infinite intelligence, and yet completely without ego. In flowing to the lowest places, she teaches us to humble ourselves. Next is feeling with great depth. Truly virtuous people are like deep pools of water. Not everything about them is apparent at first glance. They possess such remarkable depth of character that it would take quite some time to really get to know them. They're like the sunken treasures deep beneath the waves. They may not obviously display it at first, but if you explore your friendship with a person of depth and character, you'll discover the treasures that they've cultivated within themselves over time. So water teaches us to cultivate depth within the mysterious inner recesses of our innermost being. Next is giving with great kindness. As a river flows across the land, it nurtures all living things that it comes across. All the plants and animals benefit from the water of the river. And once it's done its work, water moves on without awaiting for recognition or praise. She hydrates everyone equally and resists no body who enters her to bathe, regardless of their status or their character. She welcomes and embraces all. Now compare this to how people often give with strings attached, expecting some sort of approval, and we can see that water demonstrates the virtue of unconditional kindness that we can learn from. Fourth is speaking with great integrity. Water reflects her surroundings with perfect honesty when she's calm and undisturbed. And in water crystallography, we can even see that she reflects reality with insight and artistry. In the same way, we are obliged to honestly reflect the truth with the same degree of honesty and taste. With peace and clarity in our thoughts, we can speak plainly and truthfully. Water teaches us to exhibit an impeccable integrity that can be sensed by others, that's trustworthy, that's respectful. As Veda Austin has said, water never lies. Fifth is governing with great administration. All benefit from water, regardless of who they are, because water passes no judgment on anyone and makes no selection based on some preconceived value. As the ruler of life on earth, she governs fairly, reflecting our own treatment of her back to ourselves. When we treat water well, we thrive as a species. When we mistreat water, drought, sickness, and natural disasters result. If we get out of water's way, the hydrological cycle itself is sufficient to provide for the needs of all. And if so, we'll naturally treat everyone we come across with the same basic level of courtesy. This is the universal administration of the Tao, as demonstrated by water. Next is handling with great capability. Water is infinitely versatile, right? As she flows towards her destination, she handles all obstacles with ease. She can flow to the left or to the right, over or under, without slowing down or stopping. And also, water is not limited to her liquid form. She can also be steam or ice or plasma, offering even more versatile flexibility in various applications. She learns from the environment, absorbing minerals and vibrations unique to each ecosystem, and dispensing them wisely and medicinally into the living bodies of all of those who drink her. And finally, moving with great timing. Water has a divine sense of timing that manifests differently according to different seasons. Summer rain never falls in the winter, and winter snow never falls in the summer. When nature is in balance, water shows us patience. There's a time and a season for everything, and everything has its natural cycle. When we emulate this, we become mindfully aware to take the appropriate action at the right time, never forcing or rushing. As they say, you can't push the river. So these are the 7 virtues of water according to Taoism. They provide a blueprint for life, a set of practical guidelines that teach us how to live in alignment with water's wisdom, with humility, depth, character, unconditional kindness, impeccable integrity, universal administration, versatile flexibility, and a sense of timing through mindful awareness. And all of this brings us closer to water, which in turn brings us closer to the Tao. So in the immortal words of Bruce Lee, be water, my friend. To dive deeper into this and other spiritual dimensions of water wisdom, join us for the Spirit of Water course. It's a series of live interactive calls and masterclasses starting in November. You can enroll at waterislife.academy, and for now, use the code EARLYBIRD to get 10% off until October 26th. If you're seeing this after the live event, those videos will still be available as recordings in the course at waterislife.academy. So I hope you have a beautiful day and stay hydrated.